Hey guys, JH. Welcome to the practice tee, and it's a beautiful practice tee today. Just exquisite. Really warm, hardly any breeze, probably 15 km/h breeze. Basically nothing. Nothing. And guys, all today is, and it's just for me really, I just want to start my practice regime in embedding the Ogrady process. And I'm just going to learn a little bit each day, and as I go through my practice process, I'll just give some running commentary on it, so you can get a verbal assist for your own practice sessions. So what am I going to work on first up today? And this is how I start my practice sessions, guys. I mean, I never hit wedges or anything like that. I always try and, in my mind, with every shot that I hit, I always try and envisage a result. So a certain type of shot and something I'm going to do on the golf course. Because in hitting all the shots when you practice, the good thing about that is that it's just reinforcing the golf course orientation you have to play golf. And you don't want to waste any shot you hit in practice. So there are just benefits and values in really having a fixed proposition in your brain relative to what you want to do, even with your first practice swing. Just think, oh, I've been held up on the golf course, and, I haven't hit a shot for a while, and I haven't got any rhythm. So take all that into consideration when you hit your first shot. Now, what I'm going to do today is, my main emphasis today is that I want to set the golf club earlier on the backswing, because I'm usually an extender, and I find it difficult to set the club with as much connection and positioning as I want, to get my arms in that locked on process against my body if I extend a little bit too much in the backswing. But if I get that trail arm going in there early in the backswing, and I get the wrist rolling and setting early here, and it'll give me a little bit more range of motion in my backswing. That's the good thing for me. And I'm trying to just increase. Look, guys, the crazy thing is, in my normal golf swing, you see me turn my shoulders about that much. The crazy thing is, anatomically, and from a physicality capability point of view, I can turn my shoulders that much. It's not a flexibility problem. It's just that I had 6 years off some time back, and when I came back to golf, I had a short swing. I just lost the program that I had for the range of motion swing, believe it or not. And I've never really regained it, but then I've never really worked that hard on doing it. And of course, with the Mac swing today, the main emphasis, and the absolute emphasis, guys, is the Foveal Vision application. Foveal is both eyes zeroing in on that ball and giving us stereopsis, which is basically both the eyes working as they should in binocular form, and taking up, if you look at it with both eyes, but we've all got a dominant eye, and one eye will have a greater degree of capability and more dominance than another. You may be, 20/20 in this guy and 20/15 in this eye. So whatever it is, the visual cortex will do an adjustment and give us this stereopsis sort of targeting, and it'll take into consideration the deficiency in one eye or the other. But you won't get that, guys, if you have your head tilted and you're basically looking out like that, because the eyes are then skewed in the eye sockets and in the eye girdle. The eyes are designed for optimum efficiency to be able to look at 90 degrees to the eye girdle. You can look at 90 degrees, but if you skew your eye that way, it will give you an entirely different visual uptake presentation. It'll just do that. Because as soon as the eyes skew, it affects the balance and it affects all sorts of things. I've just had a magpie just land on the camera. I hope that's all it does on the camera. Hello, little baby. Hello. So I'm really going to work on, and if you look at Mac Ogrady, his head's just there. Okay, he might have a little bit of spine tilt, but he doesn't do much with his head. If you have a little bit of secondary tilt at address, clearly you're going to take away this 90-degree structure. But that's okay, as long as we don't cock the head too much and we don't skew the head. We don't do like the Nicholas thing or, you know, type of thing. Jack was profoundly left eye dominant, so that's why he wanted to look out of the left eye. And that's why we saw Jack putting like this. You know, Jack was always behind the ball like this. He wanted to be there because of that left eye dominance. So Mac worked out the Foveal Vision process and the reason for it. And I've got to tell you guys, it's hard for me to do. And in all, look, I've known about this. I mean, it's all part and parcel of the research and development and training that I've been involved in my whole life. I mean, I've known about all. I mean, anything to do with visual acuity or, you know, the processes of the visual cortex. I mean, that's all my background. But I got infected, guys, by the traditional arena of golf swing teaching. And, you know, people, you know, saying keep your eye on it and keep your head back here. Well, keeping the head back made me tilt my eyes, and I've always done that. But I got infected with that when I came in because I wasn't an expert on the golf swing and I thought everybody else was, which I found out they weren't. But so I got infected with that falsity, that structural falsity. And it's only that Mac has brought it back to me. I know what he's doing. I understand the foveal vision factor, you know, clearly. But I have never applied it. And it's hard for me to do because I'm used to basically being here and then just altering my vision a little bit as the ball goes. I've always had and I had a test in the US years ago where they do this visual centering, and they have these things on your eyes, and it shows where your vision goes and what it does. And every time I hit the ball, I was here, but then my eyes would just click that way, just a little bit coming into the ball, even though my head was here. My eyes would just put a little bit in the eye socket, and that's why my hands always followed that angle. And that's why I've always been a drawer of the golf ball, because I've always had that sort of slant factor built in because of what my eyes were doing. Now I want to eliminate that, and it's hard for me now to do that. But that's what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to really work on my foveal vision setup, or application, more to the point. And what am I doing at address, guys? What am I feeling at address with this? I'm getting into a nice balanced position. I always remember Johnny Miller having a great line, and it was fantastic, and I used it for a long time in my teaching, and I used it in my play and my setup. And Johnny said that if you've got the right address positioning and anatomical setup at address, you'll feel like you can jump vertically up. You'll be in that springy set feeling. You won't be, the weight won't be back here, so if you jump backwards, and it won't be out there if you jump forward. You would jump straight up. And that's what you want to feel, guys. You just want to just settle down in your knees. And we saw, now Mac had very long legs from the hips down, and he has a lot of leg bend at address. You're watching. He does sit down a lot into the shot. I can't sit down a lot like that because my distribution factors are different to him. And he has a long body from here to here. So all those segment differentials make a big difference. So what do I do at address? All I want to do, guys, is just be balanced. I want to be here so that if you came up, you couldn't push me over. Couldn't push me forward or backwards. Here. I'm just there. So I sit into that there. I get a little feeling that I've got a heavy butt. I've got weight in behind my hamstrings here. I'm sort of this way into the ball. I'm not really dead on top of it. I like to have that sort of runner's stance. I like to be ready to sort of get going. That's what I feel. I don't want to sort of be, you know, perfectly up and down because I really don't know which way I want to go. And I know in the golf swing I want to be going this way. And the other thing I'm going to work on, guys, today in my practice session, and this is my practice session, is the beautiful gradual acceleration factor that Mac O'Grady's got. Now, if we watch Mac O'Grady, it's just exquisite. I mean, this is Mac. We see Mac in a practice swing, and it's basically that. It's so gradual and so beautiful. I've always been a snappy Tom and jumpy John. I want to eliminate that. Hard to change your natural physiological makeup and your timing factors. You'll never ever change your timing factor, guys. We're all born with a timing factor, whatever that is. When Nick Faldo, and I remember talking to Nick Faldo about this, and Jack Kirkendall used to mention at Natural Golf in the early days. The timing factor is something we're all built with. Whatever that is, if my timing factor is, if Nick Faldo, world-class ball striker, if his timing factor is a value of 100, right? Yeah. Then I can never, if I've got what I've got now, my timing factor will never go to 100. If it's 80 now, the best I can do is get it to my maximum. I can maximise my timing factor because that's what I have. I don't have Nick's or Rory's or anybody else's. I have JH's. And whatever that is, the best I can do is maximise that. I can never improve my timing factor because that's a physiological, neurological process that's set with all of us. What we have to do is just maximise what we've got. And I want to do that in terms of the timing of my tempo. That's what I want to do. I want to maximise that. So I'm going to be Foveal Vision here. Nice work on the tempo, and I want to set that club a little early. Now I'll probably miss-hit a few of these. I'm lucky I normally don't miss-hit shots even when I'm showing. I might just hit it up and down the blade, but I really don't hit real miss-hits. But I made today because this setting the club early is just not something I do. So, and I haven't tried it. I've come out here just dead cold. So we'll try it, guys. And I'm seeing a shot that I would want to have on the golf course. So those three things. Up here. Now that's a great strike off the ball, off the club. But what I felt there was short swing because I'm cold and tight and jumpy. And really I didn't get the Foveal Vision, I got just a glance. So guys, this is hard work. This is where the grinding is. This is where the grinding is. You've got to grind those aspects so much. And if you hit that shot and you didn't hit it quite well and you felt that there were some things in that process there you didn't do right, don't pull another ball across and hit it. Go through it intellectually and say, okay, what did I do? What do I have to do better in this to eliminate the deficiency that I had in that stroke and the fact that I didn't pull off the swing the way I wanted to. Go through that before you hit another one. And I've got a 5-iron here, guys. I start out with a, I never hit short irons. So three things is hard to concentrate on. You know, we really are, we all think we're great multitaskers, but I tell you, neurologically it's really, really tough. I mean, walking and chewing gum at the same time with coordination, that old saying. It's not easy to do. Well, the chewing gum part's, it's subconscious or unconscious action, so you can't do that. But that's just the that's just the folklore analogy. So I want to just cock it up, and I don't know how I'm cocking it up. How are you cocking it up, JH? When I cock it up, guys, I actually push the butt of that lead hand down. There's a lot of intrinsic information here today. You know why? Because it's for me as well. I want to get this intrinsic information embedded and be able to have it perform just automatically. So how do I cock that up there? Some people might pull it up with the right hand. Now I find that if I pull it up with the right hand, that I'll get a lift in the right arm. But if I push it up with the lead hand, it pushes it into that trail arm. Now these are little intrinsic important bits, guys. Very important little bits. Really very important little bits. Really important. So for me, I just cock it with the lead hand. I push that butt pad down and I get that 45. It's It's almost like just that action going down. If I just do that and do nothing on my trail hand, push it down, get the club to about there. Now to get it set more than that, more acutely than that, I've got to start pulling on it with the right wrist and pull the right wrist back. There's a lot going on there, guys. No wonder why, really structured practice is difficult. Here we go. Foveal. That's straight as the proverbial. Straight as the proverbial. That's a William Tell arrow. William Tell arrow. And I like to hit out of, rough and that type of thing. Because, guys, you've got to get the ball. Okay, so what didn't I have then? Didn't have enough foveal and really didn't have enough nice gradual acceleration. And acceleration in the downswing, guys, the word acceleration simply means to gradually increase the speed of something. And gradually is, well, I don't think it says that in the dictionary. It doesn't use the word gradually. It says to increase the speed of something. But in the golf, we want to gradually increase it. We can increase, the speed of something, but we don't want to do it quickly. We want to do it slowly. We want to hasten slowly. So here we go. And that lead foot, guys, has got to be like that so we can get this. Now, there's about 2 other things I've got to work on, but I'm not going to work on those yet. Come on, Jay, see it? Not enough belly button. Working on the hands and the foveal vision, but not enough belly button. There's a few things in it. And that's why Mac Ogrady lessons are so intense or so detailed in terms of their specifics. And you'll watch Mac, when someone's setting the club, Mac might say to them a dozen times, and I've seen him, the guy might do this and you go, you say, do it again. The guy said, do it again. I've seen him do that a dozen times, till the guy gets it exactly right. And you've got to do that. There's a big tree up here, I'm hitting it over the tree, and the wind is reasonably strong left to right. The ball's just going up there and just banking and just falling off to the right. Because this Mac Ogrady swing, guys, my standard swing is a little sort of bullet draw. But it doesn't do that with this swing for me, because I'm coming through, I'm getting a fair bit of open club at the top, and I'm coming through with a little bit of open club. So I'm getting just a straight ball with just a little fall off at the end, which I've always wanted, a little bank off to the right blade, just a fall away. Come on, Jay. Bit of tummy. Not enough set in that. It's certainly not enough tummy. Come on, Jay. See it. There it is there. Wow. Ooh, I like that, as Mo would say. If you don't like that, Mrs. Jones, you don't like red apples. You don't like that, Mrs. Jones? No red apples for you, my dear. That's just beautiful. Okay, swing's a bit scratchy and a bit tight, but come on, now just add to the tummy the feel. Best laid plans. I mean, I'm thinking of it, but I'm just not committing to it. Just good shot, but I just know I didn't see it. Come on, get that tummy moving. A little bit more flow. There it is. Ooh, I almost saw the ball hit the... What happens is when you'll never actually see the club hit the ball, but if you concentrate really hard on the ball, when the ball leaves, you'll see a black spot where it was, and then that black spot will just dissipate. And I saw the black spot then, so I really must have had a fair bit of concentration on that. That was a beautiful shot. Not much backswing and not much set, and not really enough tummy, but the foveal was good. Come on, James. All right, just got to... They say the brain's a computer. Well, with a computer you can put another memory stick in there or add some capacity, because mine certainly needs more capacity. It needs a better memory. Come on, Jay. I mean, they're just dead straight shots, but you know, the quality of strike is not where I want it to be. Come on. That's the quality of strike I want. Whoa, baby. Oh my goodness. No, I haven't got the flu or anything, guys. A strange thing, whenever I drink orange juice, it really makes me cough. I don't know why. Maybe it's the citric acid. And I had a whole heap of big, large container of orange juice at lunch at the shopping centre. And it just grabs me. I'm sure you all wanted to know that. Okay, watch this, guys. I'm getting this. Come on. Grind it, Jace. Come on. Hear that? Contact was great. This is stalling up. I've got to get that release off to the left side, get the tummy finishing around here. Got to get it facing at least the target. And that means that the tummy will be activated. This will be a long video, guys, but there's a lot going on here today. Come on, Jay. Maybe we can hit some shots down range after. I wish you could see that. They're just extra sets. And guys, I reckon I've got about 60% of my foveal going. About 60%. Come on, now the acceleration. We might have the local council inspectors come around here if I keep that up, because I'll say I don't have a licence for a dry shooting range. Because guys, they are artillery straight. And they're just boring a hole in the wind. The JH shooting range, come on JH. Now work on that nice tempo. Oh, excuse me. Mrs. Jones, if you're looking, you'd have to like that, my dear. That's so much better than red apples, that shot. What a day. Look at this, no clouds. Nothing. And it's probably 22 degrees Celsius, probably 23. Come on, Jay. They're just perfect golf shots. I like perfect golf shots. Just turn the camera around. Teensy bit. Come on, Jay, put a good one on it. Get dead square to the camera. Well, I'm happy with this because early days and I'm really bearing down in this practice session. I'm really thinking about what I want to do. Every shot counts. Hitting, there's posts up there. Aiming at a slide, the posts are about 8 yards apart, and I'm aiming at a different post every time. Ball's just going straight to the post. Well, within a yard or two either side of it. But the ball flies dead straight. I just don't get any loop on it. Come on, get that club cocked up earlier. They're all landing on Grandma's bed. So Mo says that. You've got to be able to land them on Grandma's bed. They're just fantastic shots, guys. And so early into the program. Come on. Wow! I reckon I got 75% foveal then. Really do. All I've got to do now is get the tummy turning more. Let the tummy start the downswing, JH, and really that's where our acceleration factor will come from. Come on, the foveal's coming good. Cock it up early. Oh gosh, that's just unbelievable how good that is. And just that extra little bit of commitment to accelerating the belly button, that flies at almost another club longer. That's just amazing. Come on. Guys, I've got to tell you, that's pretty close to maximum impact for me, value. That's like 95% impact value. That is really putting a lot of squash on the ball there. That's really nice. When you practice, guys, have a little break. Think about it. Remember the last shot. See it. Feel it. As Mo says, taste it. Come on. A little bit more. Setting that club early. Where do I play the ball? I don't want to put my hands forward or back. I just want to put them there, which is basically right over my groin, and that's where the ball is. That's where it is. I don't have a ball position. I have it in front of the golf club, wherever the golf club is, and I want the golf club centralised. So that's my ball position. And you try and do this sort of stuff, not for me. Okay, with channel lock, we get back here, but there's a reason for that. Come on, Jake. Okay, last shot. Got some other stuff to do. I want to go away now and have a think about what I'm doing. Come on, make the last shot the best shot. And it was. Tell you when that comes down. Now. All right, so those last dozen shots were all good shots. And there was probably, I've got about 75% of what I want. So I've got a 25% improvement to come. So that should make a huge difference. All right, guys, I'm going to just kill this video here. I want to do 3 or 4 videos today. Hit some down range if I can. It's really strong into us now. It's a crosswind here. And I want to do some Frankenstein channel lock and something interesting there. I want to try and do that. I'll probably make a complete fool of myself trying to do it, but it's a suggestion from one of the posters on my channel, and I think it's got some merit. So I'm going to give it a go. You've got to practice with that type of commitment, guys.